Alright guys, what is going on? We are back at the house. We have some parts here. We're going to be putting new polyurethane bushings in the Dogbone mount on the Mark IV Jetta. What the Dogbone mount essentially does is there is an engine mount on this side, a transmission mount on this side. Each mount does have rubber inserts on both sides to comfort the ride and make it a little bit smoother. And then we have the Dogbone mount, which is the bottom side of the transmission mounted to the subframe of the car, and that will stabilize the motor, because once we take it off, you'll see the motor will just rock freely back and forth. So that has the job of stabilizing the whole engine and making sure that it does not overflex or over rotate and cause all kinds of stress on the exhaust and intake and all of that stuff. When you are trying to squeeze power out of the car, you want those mounts to be stiff. You could do solid if you wanted, if you don't mind the vibration, but you'd rather just have them stiffer than stock. So what we're going to do is pull off the Dogbone mount. We will take it apart. Like I said, it does already have these installed. However, they are 11 years old, so we're going to put fresh ones in and yeah, just reassemble. So it should be fairly straightforward. Alright, so we have the car jacked up. Always put some blocks under after the fact, just in case the jack does come down. That is from Harbor Freight. Gotta be careful. So we're headed underneath the car, and here is the Dogbone mount right here. So 213s hold it into the subframe there, and then I think it's like a 16 and a 16, and as you can see, it is soaked in oil, partially because when I was changing the oil pan I dripped a bunch of oil there, but the pin that sits in this hole is actually sitting kind of crooked. It's just worn out, so time to put a new one. Takes me back, guys. This was like the first mod that I ever did on the car. Yeah, I think this really was the first mod. I had a catback exhaust, did the Dogbone mount, thought it was a race car, and look how far we've come. Crazy. So, as I suspected, we have this guy is loose. Just wiggles inside that hole. So, polyurethane does wear out, guys. So, stay on top of your stuff. So, like I said, it does rock just a little bit. So, that is the upgraded transmission mount that I have. Isn't going to let it rock a crazy amount, but yeah, these bushings are pretty soft, so glad we'll be changing them out and going with something a little bit more firm. Alright, so now it is out. You can see there's a bolt on the top. It goes to that little threaded insert right there, and it holds the whole thing together. So what we'll do is just undo this bolt. It looks like a 16 as well, and then the old bushings will come out. This one we should be able to get out fairly easy with how pliable it is. We can just kind of press it out with the vise and a big socket, but we'll see. Maybe I'll just cut it out. Alright guys, so we got it basically all apart. We still do have to push out that bushing there, but all of these ones are out, and what is wild is you squish this one, you can see that moving fairly clearly, at least I hope you can, and then we have this guy doesn't move at all, either side. This one, same thing, totally pliable. And this one, hardly at all. So big difference in how those work. The main one that I was focused on was this one. It is just super worn out and ready to be replaced. However, these ones are definitely a lot squishier than the other one. The only difference is hopefully this stuff fits properly. It looks like it's going to, but it is kind of a different shape. They're a little bit different, so maybe they do have less material implemented in them, just for being able to move around a little bit. These ones might have been just a little bit softer composition of polyurethane than these ones. Anyway, old ones out, put the new ones in, and put it back in the car. So went ahead and got everything removed and went ahead and cleaned everything up as well. Gonna dry it off. I'm gonna grease each one of these polyurethane bushings just so we don't have any squeaking, and reinstall it, and then we should be good to go. So we got it all installed on the Jetta. Go ahead and lower it down to the ground, and we should be good to go. Fairly easy. You got to do a little bit of manipulation underneath the car. Just hand tight to start with, so everything kind of lines up with its holes. Get all 4 bolts in, and then I snugged down the front 2, the 16s, and then I did the 13s last. So everything was lined up, nothing's cross-threaded, and we are good to go. Really easy job, pretty straightforward, and you guys can easily do that at home. And if you guys are making power with your car, helps with traction, helps with no wheel hop and all of that. So always a good mod, super cheap. It's like $25 for the set of bushings, so definitely worth it. But yeah, that's going to be it for that video. Thank you guys for watching, and we will see you on the next one. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. We're almost at 4,000 subscribers, so that's crazy. I appreciate you guys watching the channel, watching the content, enjoying the content, and commenting and all of that. So yeah, we're getting active. We're getting back into the YouTube thing, so peace.